Hello pretties, welcome to Vibes Thrill. So first off, I'm like feeling myself. I want to say if this is not giving you all of the fall vibes, I just don't know what will. But look at this, like eyeballs, the lipstick, the whole thing. It's giving fall. It's giving a little too much fall, but that's okay. I am wearing the Patrick Ta Duo in Still at the Club. A lot of controversies with this product. This is the only one that I personally bought. First off, I just have so much fallout, just like ridiculous amounts of fallout. I do my eyes first, so it's not as noticeable, I feel like, if I had done my eyes second. But I don't think this is a product that you can put your, like, you do your eyes afterwards. Like, you have to do your eyes first because it's just too much. I do feel like there's a bunch of dupes for the bottom shade, this one right here. I think there's a bunch of dupes for this one. Overall, I'm liking it. I did get it with my Sephora points. It was $10 off, so I got it for $32. I don't think anyone should buy this for $42. I think that the main shade is pretty, and honestly, I'm using just natural lighting, and I do think it's really glittery and really, I mean, you can see it even without me like shining the light on it. I think it's really pretty. It's a lot more like silvery blue than I thought it was gonna be, which, you know, adjustment for me. But other than that, I think it's pretty. But that's not why we're here. I'm gonna give you guys my full thoughts once I try it some more, which at that point will probably be like way too late, but I want to give you like honest information. The reason why we're here is because I'm doing a project pan intro. I am doing for the first time ever, a Pan That face palette. I've not been successful at all with a palette, so I'm hoping that I will be better with a face palette. I've been talking about this in multiple videos, so it is not a surprise to anybody. I'm doing the Laura Lila Santos blush aesthetic, and I mean, it's a blush aesthetic. I really like this color story. I think this is going to be really easy for me to wear. I am worried about a couple of things, so I do want to talk about it. Like, this is the time. This is, first off, not something that I'm worried about. I just want to give you guys a heads up. I'm not actually trying to finish this highlighter here. This has Golden Haze. It's not too crazy. It's pretty like low maintenance. It's not super intense, which is my preferred kind of method of highlighters. But I'm not trying to finish the highlighter. I would like to hit pan on it. Pan. There's not a ton of product in each one of these. Is 27.8 grams. So let me do some math. Where's my cell phone at? Let's see. 27.8 divided by 8. 3.4. There's 3.4 grams of product. That sounds like a lot, but I feel like it's not. Oh no, it's not. So this one from ColourPop is 6 grams of product. So yeah. Oh, talking about this blush right here. Technically, I am supposed to be project panning this till the end of the year. At this point, I've just kind of come to the realization I'm just not gonna finish it, okay? It's not gonna happen. I am gonna try to finish it, like use it a couple of times here and there throughout the end of the year. So this might not get as much use out of me for the first month or so, but I'm not gonna finish it, okay? And I know what you're also thinking is like, bitch, you couldn't finish one blush in a whole year. What makes you think you're gonna finish a whole palette? For starters, like I said, it is less product. It's 3.4, I think I said 3.4 per pan versus this one 6 grams. 1, 2, this is a very different formula. So this is not even the normal ColourPop formula even. So if that's what you're trying to go by, that is not an accurate representation. This blush was created by Makeup Sheila, which Makeup Sheila, if you don't know who she is a black woman. And so she created something that is very pigmented straight off the bat. Honestly, this is even more pigmented when you put it on the actual cheeks. So it is really pigmented straight off the bat. The Laura Lila Santos formula, this is a formula I'm very familiar with, is actually quite buildable. You're not going to get a ton of payoff straight off the bat. So even if I go with like Sangria, it looks really crazy right now. I promise it's not that bad. See, it's a little softer. Even in the pan here, you can see, like, when I just swatched her here, it's just a little bit softer. It's not going to be as intense. And honestly, ooh, just moving the camera, sorry. Except for Sangria, none of the shades are honestly, like, crazy shades that I'm like crazy about. Every other shade here, I can actually make it work really well. And the two things that I was worried about is Bridal Pink and Chateau Rose. The reason why I'm worried about them is because they're a little too light. So there is a slight white, there's a white base to Chateau Rose, which is the one that worries me the most. Because it is a white, I am worried about potentially leaving a white cast on my face. Although I am not the most, you know, I don't have the darker skin tone, but I am a medium. I'm a light medium, but I'm a medium, and I do have very strong olive undertones. So I'm a little worried about that shade potentially looking ashy on me, or just give me like ghost on my face. So I'm thinking this particular shade, I'm gonna do more like a mixing kind of situation. Maybe if I'm trying to bring down sangria, I can try to mix those two. And then the other one that I'm worried about is Bridal Pink. Bridal Pink is not necessarily a white base, or even if it is, this color does kind of mess with my, it blends with my skin tone a little bit better. So it's gonna be this one right here. Still a bit of a white base, but I'm not as worried about it. I feel like because it is more warm tone, I can probably make it work a little bit better against my olive skin rather than the pink right next to it. So, you know, again, a lot of mixing though. I am thinking, because I do think Strawberry Ice Cream, the shade right here, is a bit more orange than I prefer. I can make this work because honestly, like I said, I have olive, naturally, you know, tan skin. So I'm not too worried about it. See, shade wise, like I can make this shade work. It's just, it's not my preferred. This is not my preferred kind of shade. It's just a little too orange for my preference. But it is something that I feel like I can put Bridal Pink on top, and I can like tone it down just a smidge. And I think that would make it a little bit better for me. The shades that I am most excited about, honestly, are these two right here. Caramel Cream. It looks like a purple, but it's more like a pinky shade on me, and that just honestly has to do with like color theory. So you see here, it just looks a bit more pink. And I love this shade. It reminds me a little bit of Persona Cosmetics. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Caramel. And see, it has a bit of that, and this is one of my favorite shades. And so I'm gonna just put this one right next to it. So you see here, I'm trying to even look at it. The undertone's slightly off, but they're not that far off. I think they're similar enough where I think I can, you know, I can make it work just fine. But anyway, back to the formulas. This is a more buildable formula. This is not something that is just gonna be like pigment, because with the Under Construct blush, with this blush, I was putting a lot of pigment straight out of the bat, and then I would spend quite a bit of time just like blending it out and like toning it down a bit. So I feel like with this, it'll be easier that way, and I feel like I'm gonna end up having to use more product versus with this one I was having to use less product. All that being said, that's another reason why I'm filming this early. This is December 1st today when I'm using it. When I'm filming this video, I've not actually started using this palette. I used Under Construct today, but I do think this formula will make it a little bit easier for me to actually like try to pan this thing. Wish me luck. If this turns out to be a 2-year project, this is just gonna have to become a 2-year project. But I am confident. I mean, I like all of the shades. I am planning to still wear cream blushes underneath this, to, you know, get some use out of those as well. So all that being said, I feel confident. But I always feel confident at the beginning of the project pan. It's always like halfway through where I'm just like, maybe not. And then like 3/4 of the way, I'm like, let's just prioritize. But with this one, this one's gonna get done because it's gonna get done. So we're gonna be here however long we're gonna be here for. And because it does give me quite a bit of variety between more like pinky stuff and then more like dark stuff, I am pretty excited. I am gonna try to focus first and try to get sangria. First off, this is a time of year to do it. Like, you know, it's like the Christmas holiday time. I feel like this is a time to kind of go for sangria. Or maybe like spring, summer might be a time. I don't know. But I feel like if I can just get sangria out of the way, I might be able to do this. Like, none of the other shades intimidate me per se, but sangria, it's kind of its own thing. I am kind of hoping that if I mix these two together, it will make it a little bit easier. But if I can get sangria out of the way, I can finish this motherfucker. I'm confident. So yeah, anyway, this is my, you know, Pan That Face palette. I am planning on doing bi-monthly updates. So every 2 months, I'm planning on doing updates. The reason for it is honestly, month 1, month 2, we're probably not gonna see much. I'm hoping that by month 2, I can start having some sort of dips, just start getting some dips going. And then that by the following 2 months, I'm hoping I can finally show you some like actual pan. I don't know what I'm gonna show you pan for, but I'm hoping I can show you some pan. And again, the only shade that I'm not trying to finish is Golden Haze. Golden Haze, I just want to hit pan. I don't love highlighter, and I have a lot of highlighter that I'm going to be focusing on in 2025. So this is just kind of going to be in the back burner, to be honest. It's like when I use it, I use it. When I don't use it, I don't use it. And it is what it is, and it's fine. But yeah, if you have any ideas to kind of, you know, if you've ever panned a that, you know, if you've ever panned a face palette before, or specifically a blush palette, let me know what that's like, because I need help. Like I said, I'm confident that it's a very different formula. I feel good about it, but I've never panned one before. I don't know what to expect. So I'm shooting for the stars. Hope I can get somewhere, you know, I hope I can just get outer space. If I can just get out of the planet, we'll be fine. We'll be golden. So expect an update from me, I guess, on February 1st or close to February 1st. I have to actually create my calendars for next year as to like when I'll be updating and planning that. So yeah, please don't forget to subscribe. Please like the video. Leave me any comments with any suggestions, help you can give me, because I'm gonna need it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.